Bossman Show. Friend of the show, Russ Turner on the Bossman Show. UC Irvine, the Anteaters, 10-1 out there in the Big West, 2025 overall. Coach, man, you all doing great this year, man. How's it going out there in Irvine, man?
Oh, we're feeling all right now, boss man. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, talk to me about this, man. Your squad has been balling out real good on an 8-game winning streak. What is key to this streak for you guys? You've been playing well all year. Was it preseason work this year, the workouts in the summertime, the guys with the right mindset, focus on the game plan you set out for these guys? What has it been, Coach?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of everything. We've got a veteran team coming back. Didn't lose anybody off of last year's team. So we have veterans back, and we added 2 really good players. One's a graduate transfer from Stanford, Robert Cartwright. Another's a redshirt freshman in Colin Welp. Both those 2 guys have had a big impact. And, you know, we're a great defensive team, and we also had the opportunity to go on a foreign tour this summer to Korea. So we've had a lot of things go our way. We had a good schedule, and we've won a lot of close games. So now we've got a real good record, and what we're telling people is that we think we're the best team in Division I in all of California right now, and I think our record supports that.
Now, Coach, I'll ask you about the trip to Korea. How was the trip in Korea, and what did you guys learn from that trip, being together or a foreign country, being able to bond, get those extra practice in, and kind of get the system going with the guys, learning about new culture, learning about each other, learning about you as coaches? How was that trip for you guys overall in Korea?
Yeah, it was an outstanding experience, you know, more just from the standpoint of what our young people were able to learn going to a foreign land for the first time. None of my guys had ever been overseas. And so we had that experience together. That's a really special bonding time. And obviously the practices helped us. And it was really critical that we had that opportunity to integrate 2 new players, you know, into a strong group. We played good games over there in a competitive tournament. And I think that was also helpful for us. And we had enough time when we got back to take a little break before we restarted again. And we've kind of built momentum off of that trip, which is something I've heard a lot of programs have experienced. We'd never done it here before this year, but it sure feels like it's helped us.
And, Coach, as far as that non-conference slate you guys played, toughen you guys up, some tough losses in there, but, man, the adversity you face, playing those top-notch talent, different styles of play, I feel like this time of year, February and March, that's helping you out immensely now as well as you get ready for these bigger games coming up here late February into March here coming up here real soon.
Yeah, I mean, we always play a difficult schedule, and this year's schedule was not as difficult as the one we faced last year. We played a lot of really good teams, and we had success against some of them. And we've already got wins over Texas A&M at their place. We got a win, at St. Mary's. We got a win at home against a really good Montana team. We've played a hard schedule and been successful with it, in some tight games and some tough environments, and that's helped us in conference as we've won, a few overtime games.
You got that right, Coach, and I feel like having an older roster where the guys have came back is really helping you guys in late game situations because when a close game, they're not scared. They're not running from it. They know what to expect. They know what you want them to do on defense. They don't know your scheme. They're not confused. They're sticking their scouting reports, and it's helping you guys out when these tight games and come out on top here like lately here, Coach. I'm loving it about your guys.
Yeah, that is right. We have been together long enough now that we all speak the same language, and I think the guys can expect the type of things I'm going to ask from them because we've been in so many of these scenarios together, and luck has played some part in it, but I also feel like we've been really poised, really composed, and we've executed well in close games. And I say that we've got 4 different guys who've made game-winning shots for us this year, and that's a testament to our depth and our talent, I think, and also the unselfishness in this group. So we've got a lot of good things going our way right now.
And speaking of depth, Coach, I'm looking at your roster. You play a good number of guys. I can count 9 guys and see good minutes over double-digit minutes a game that you play. So I feel like this time of year, again, when you play in a tournament situation, back-to-backs, where the legs don't really matter, or if it's a tight game, foul trouble comes up, something happens or injury, you can cover because you have depth, you got experience, and guys who've been playing all year long where you have to go, well, can I go to this guy or can I go to this guy? But you already know that you can't go to these guys and trust them already on the court.
Yeah, I mean, we're a one-bid league, and it's a 3 games in 3 days scenario that we've got to come out on top of, to reach our goal. And so with that in mind, we have to have a deep team. We have to have multiple players that we can rely on, and we work really hard, to manage the depth that we have and to continue to build it throughout the year, figuring if we are fresher on the last day of our tournament than whoever we're playing against, that we may have that as an advantage. I'm hoping that'll be the case with this team. I do like all these guys. I feel like we got multiple players that come off our bench who would easily be starters at other schools in our league. So I've asked for a lot of sacrifice from the players on our roster. But right now I feel like all of our guys are buying into that and that we've got a chance to do some special things here coming down the last stretch of the last month of the season.
Now, Coach, what I was telling some guys over here on my staff is about you. You are a player development guy. You come from that background of player development with Golden State, Stanford, and those stops you had. And at the mid-major level, player development is really, really key. And I feel like you do a great job of your time at UC Irvine since 2010 developing talent. A lot of guys you've coached play internationally, play overseas, they'll still continue their careers. And I feel like going to play for a guy like yourself helps the guys develop. So you talk a little bit about that, Coach, developing players, developing your team always, whether it be mindset, physicality, the way they see the game with film work. How do you go about getting your guys to see the game from your point of view and give them that right purview, how to play the right way each night out in the court there for you guys?
Yeah, it's a team effort on our staff, and I feel like I've got a great group of guys on my staff who are all, really students of the game and bring different valuable experiences. All the things you said. I mean, we've got guys who are excellent coaches on the floor, work with our players as much as the NCAA rules allow all throughout the year. We've got great continuity in our program. Very rarely do we have anybody leave our program. So guys get taught regularly and pushed hard for a long period of time. I think we do a great job with the video work we do. And at UC Irvine, we're going to get intelligent guys, guys whose brains can be a huge advantage if we, continue to strive for improvement. And I feel like we get that, especially on the defensive end, where, we probably focus more of our effort and intensity than most programs. Right now, we're number 1 in the country in 2-point field goal percentage defense. And that's a credit to our players, their intelligence, their improvement, and their commitment. So I'm really pleased with the players and with the staff we've got. I'm in my 9th year, so we've been doing this for a long time. We feel like we've gotten pretty good at it.
Yes, indeed, Coach. And I feel like defense is always the last thing to buy in. Like, if you get guys who accept their roles to be defenders, whether it be locking down the main guy on the team, being a weak side rotation person, or rebounding the basketball, or fight over a screen. Like, if you get guys to buy into those concepts of defense, you can all be successful. Always, defense can travel. Your shot may not, defense every night will travel.
Yeah, we say that a lot, and right now we've won all of our conference road games. And at one point we had a 10-game road winning streak that was broken when we lost at Butler. We do believe that character travels and defense travels, and I work really hard to get my guys to buy into that end of the floor because we think our team's defense is reflective of our toughness and our character. And all the guys we recruit into this program have toughness and have character, and I really like being around this group because of that. And we're working real hard to maintain it. You know how that is. It's never an easy thing to maintain, but we're working at it.
And, Coach, you got a home game against Cal Poly. What are you saying for these guys on film? And what will you tell your team as you get ready to prepare for these guys coming up here this week here?
Yeah, Cal Poly is right now at the bottom of our conference. But 2 years ago they were that, and they came into our place and beat us. I think in part because we let up and sort of took our foot off the gas. I think that, we're having some success right now, and in many situations, the hardest thing for young men to handle is success. We've got to show our character and show how valuable what we're trying to accomplish is with the way we continue to improve this week and the mentality we have when we take the floor on Thursday night. in a game that we know is a championship game. We're trying to win the regular season championship in our league. This is the next opportunity we have to fight for it, and I'm hoping we're going to be ready.
And Coach, I was going back looking at the Warriors roster of the We Believe Warriors. A lot of guys on that roster I know personally, like Josh Powell, Steven Jackson, Al Harrington, Mike Dunleavy. I mean, what was it like to coach those guys, man? Because I know them when they were with the Hawks. But what do those guys like to be around on that team, and how they y'all played so well together in Oracle, that environment? How was that whole year, Coach?
Man, that We Believe team was really a special group there in the Bay Area. They've gone on to have great success at the Warriors, since that time. But the success that we captured there in 2007 was really special. And a couple of guys you mentioned, we had really good players on that team. We made a mid-year trade. We brought in Al Harrington and Steven Jackson from the Pacers, and those guys changed us because they fit so well with Baron Davis, with Jason Richardson. We had a deep and talented team that was fun to be a part of, and it was just a great match for the city of Oakland. And Don Nelson was the perfect coach for that group. We had Matt Barnes and Monte Ellis and Michael Petras. We had really good talent, and beat Dallas in the first round, which was the first ever number 8 seed to beat the number 1 seed. And I feel like if we had been fortunate enough to play Houston in the second round instead of Utah, we'd probably beaten them too, because they had really struggled to play against us. But we did something special there, and it was really fun to get the Bay Area behind us, and remained a Warriors fan obviously since I was there, and just really fascinated to watch what Steph Curry has done there as a leader of that team and what their whole organization has done. I root for them because of the character that Steph shows, with how he brings just such great things to the court for that team.
Now, Coach, that atmosphere in Oracle, man, is one of a kind. When the Hawks play there, they even the Hawks know we've been bad for the last few years. The crowd's still amazing in Oracle. So, being a coach on that organization, how does that crowd push you guys on when it's a tough game, or you get down but you push back in the run, and how the crowd of Oracle gets going and goes Warriors, how they do it, how the chance they do, man.
Yeah.
How does that get y'all going, man? Because, I mean, for me as a visiting team, it gets me hyped up.
Yeah, that was a really special NBA crowd that we had that year in 2007. It's grown since then. Oakland is a neat city in support of the NBA, because it's a lot of more working class people, regular folks that just love the game and have an attitude about being fans that's terrific. I'm worried for the Warriors. They're going to lose a little bit of that when they move their home games to San Francisco, but it was really a special thing to be a part of there in the Bay Area back then, and they've done a great job continuing it. And I'm rooting for your Hawks, man. One of my guys that was with me on staff at the Warriors, Travis Slink, is the GM of the Hawks. So
yes,
I'm pulling
he
for
is.
them.
My guy, Travis.
Yeah, it feels like they're doing a great job over there, and that great things are coming for our Hawks too.
I definitely tell my talk to Coach, man. I'm telling you what, man. If we just get these guys to grow, man, it's gonna be something special in Atlanta with John Collins and Trae Young and a few other pieces. We get the right mix of guys. I think the Hawks may be doing something real nice in a few years here.
That's what it's looking like to me too.
Okay, Coach. Wishing you the best luck this week, Coach. Hope we talk to you again in March when you make your tournament, man. You going there at Big Dance, Coach. All the best to you. I love having you on the show, Coach. You're one of the best I have on the show each year. I'm telling you that. I mean it for real, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it, boss man. Thanks for having me and UC Irvine on your show.
Yes, indeed, folks. That's Coach Turner, UC Irvine here on the Bossman Show. Check them out this week against Cal Poly.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our Teen Driver Safety Program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our Teen Driver Safety Program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
All right, folks, back in the Gerald the Bossman show. We're talking some Sunbelt basketball with Coach Daniel Casper of the Texas State Bobcats. Coach Casper, how are things down there in Texas today, man?
Well, they're doing good. You know, we didn't lose today, so we're good.
Yes, indeed, Coach.
Of course, we didn't play either, so that's good.
Hey, but you practiced today, Coach. You got the guys ready. You done some good work today. I'm pretty sure, and you're getting your guys ready to play Louisiana, Monroe, and Lafayette this week.
We are. We feel like there's two very good teams coming in here, and we're going to have to play, pretty good basketball to get what we need. And so I'm anxious and hopeful that we can take care of business at home, because I think that will put us in a very good place going into the last three games.
And Coach, you're 10-3 right now, Sun Belt play, 21-5 overall on a 4-game winning streak. So, Coach, what has been the keys in your mind to the season you've had overall with the record and this last winning streak of 4 games in a row you've been on so far?
Well, we have a lot of experience coming back, the most I've ever had, during my tenure here. And, they know my system. We've added a couple of players, most notably Jalen Shedd, our point guard. We've added another point guard, backup point guard, Mason Harrell. And, really, other than that, everything else has been returning players for the most part. And they provided, some of my players, like Nigel Pearson, Alex Peacock has provided great leadership. And so the leadership and the experience this year is vastly different than it was last year in a positive way. I think also we have a first-team all-conference player in Nigel Pearson. We have a serious candidate for newcomer of the year in Jalen Shedd. And we have another potential all-conference candidate in Trey Nottingham. And so we have more firepower in addition to more experience and leadership.
And, Coach, I feel like at your level, Coach, having guys returning to your program, developing these guys helps come with continuity, one, but it gives them experience to overcome tough losses or tough games or tough calls and not get flustered by it. And additionally, they know your system and know what you expect. They have game plan, they discipline. They read their scouting reports. They can watch film, understand what you're seeing, the same thing on the film. So I feel like that really helps for a team like yours be successful they've been this year, Coach.
It has. And, we've won some close ones this year, whereas last year we lost a lot of close ones. And, so that exactly what you're saying, that maturity, that experience, that leadership, it can make a difference of, just, 4 to 6 points per game in terms of making right decisions. And so we've won some close ones this year that I think last year we probably would have lost them in close games.
And, Coach, let's be honest about it. You all could have beat Drake and Arkansas, too, and went 13-0 in non-conference. Honestly, if a play here or there, you could have swept the whole non-conference slate before you got a Sun Belt play because you played Drake and Arkansas so tough there.
Yes, Arkansas, we were 8 for 21, I believe, from the free throw line, and we lost by 3. And I don't remember what we shot against Drake. It wasn't that's been one of our weaknesses. Though we have shot the ball well lately, but one of our weaknesses in some past games has been our free throw shooting. And I really felt like the Arkansas and Drake games were both very winnable. We lost to UT Arlington in double overtime, where we were 9 for 20 from the free throw line. So I thought our defense was pretty good. I thought our offense was, very respectable in these games. And sometimes it's just one small, one factor or another that can lead you to a defeat. Both trips were both of those losses, Drake and Arkansas, were on the road, and yet they were very close games. So I feel like this team, with its 5 losses, has done a pretty good job of even showing itself in a dignified or respectful manner, even in our losses.
Yes, indeed. Now, Coach, I know something about your roster is that you have a deep rotation of guys you play in. I feel that's very important this time of year, late February, going into March and tournament play, especially in New Orleans. They have to play those days back to back to back to back. Having guys' legs be fresh in that situation, so on that Sunday or Saturday night they don't run out of gas. So I feel like that you play multiple numbers of guys, that helps. Also get some experience in case there's foul trouble, an injury, or something happens where you have to go deep into your bench. You have guys that just play and are confident and not scared of the moment to get on the court and perform as you know they can.
Yes, we have not every game, but a lot of games you've seen, 8, maybe 9 guys with 10 minutes or more. And and you brought up a good point. Bench depth is better this year than it was last year. So you have experience, leadership, a little bit more offensive firepower, a little bit more depth. And we haven't been injured. Last year we were hurt. It was one of my worst years in 27 years of coaching last year in terms of injuries. And this year, knock on wood, it's been very the injury bug has not bit us, and I'm knocking on wood as we speak.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's very key, Coach. So key to that. And well, look at your roster, Coach. You have having that balanced roster, class balance of being able to keep the program stable going forward. Because I feel like at the level you guys are at, be a major level, it's crucial to have roster balance and also be old at the right time and kind of stay old to a degree, but also want to bring high school freshmen from high school there. You want to get the right transfer, the right JUCO guy. So for you guys in coaching, I feel like scheduling and recruiting are the two biggest things you guys do and also thirdly getting the kids a degree, of course. It's very things you do that are so important in keeping your program going in the right direction all the years to come.
It is. If you look at our roster, we only have 3 seniors. So out of 13 scholarship players, 10 are underclassmen. And, I hope that bodes well for years to come because we are returning a decent amount of scoring and most of our rebounding and a pretty good amount of scoring is coming back also. The 2 key players we're losing are Alex Peacock and Trey Nottingham. And we need to replace them. And if we do find adequate recruits, or if somebody on the team we currently have can step up, I think we could have another pretty good year next year if we can stay healthy.
And Coach, recruiting-wise in Texas, I feel like for you, Coach, you have a great treasure chest of players in Texas you can go to because everybody can't go to Texas or Baylor or Texas Tech. So they guys have to come to you or Carnet Word or you have to come down to UTSA or you got to go to Arlington, North Texas. So I feel like you're in contention for great players who are maybe don't fit Texas Tech or Baylor, but you can get those guys. And Texas have a lot of great players now playing basketball as well. So you love knowing that you can find some players no matter what right in your own backyard.
I do. I like to tell my guys that we should be staying in the states of 4 states of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. But particularly we need to recruit. You got 4 of the biggest cities in the country in Texas between Dallas, Houston, Austin, and San Antonio. And, so we from the standpoint of not having to travel so much, saving money, we really try to get Texas kids, but we include those states that border us also. We feel like some states are not as heavily recruited. I think Texas is heavily recruited. And sometimes kids will think the grass is greener outside the state, and sometimes I guess it is, but we have, I think the statistics have shown a lot of young men have left the state and then come back to play, the transfer and play their remaining basketball back into the state of Texas. So we do have some fertile recruiting grounds here, and we certainly hunt those grounds first.
Yes, indeed. And now, Coach, you speak to the quality of just teams and coaching in the Sun Belt Conference. I feel like, the league kind of gets slept on a little bit, but it's some great coaches in this league. And, of course, I see it right here in my backyard with Georgia State, Georgia Southern. But seeing you got Texas State, like I said, Monroe, like the Lafayette, I mean, you go down the list. It's Little Rock even. There's great coaching in this league, great teams, great talent that's been kind of overlooked. But, man, you watch the basketball that's going on. It's very great quality of basketball, Coach.
It is. I think it's an underrated league. It's very strong. there's just not an easy night off. You know, I mean, when I was in the Southland Conference, I thought there was at least 2 teams every year that I thought, oh, at least we don't have to play great to win this game. But I don't feel that way about anybody in the Sun. You're going to have to play good every night if you're going to win. And that's partly due to coaching and the players they're recruiting. There's been some very good players come in this league, and you're just, if you want to stay on top of this league, you really need to coach your players up, and you better recruit good players, or you're going to find yourself near the bottom of the league.
You got that right, Coach. And I want to talk about the player development at this level, Coach, because I feel like the Sun Belt Conference, you get guys as freshmen and you try to max them out by the time they're seniors and juniors to be what they're going to be as a basketball player. Get them to accept their roles, whether it be being a screener, whether it be being a rebounder, a defender, a corner three-point shooter, an energy guy. I feel like getting guys to accept their roles and develop into what they're going to develop in, and we're doing that via film work, doing that via just mental coaching, helping them physically grow. So, in you and your staff, how much do you prioritize that player development piece each day you work with your guys, whether it be spring, summer, or whenever?
We really focus on development in the spring and in the summer, and somewhat in the fall. We do some development drills every day. We generally put away 15 to 20 minutes of practice for development, shooting, passing, some certain skill level. I think those 2 are very important skill levels, passing and shooting. But as I tell the players, look, we can work with you out here an hour, but if that's all you do, only when we're with you, it isn't going to work out. You got to put some time in on your own. So, they know what we expect of them. They know what they should be doing. Now, at this time of the year, there's a lot of fatigue involved. And so quite often, you get them there before practice, maybe 20 minutes early, and you might have a 20-minute segment in practice, but quite often, because of whatever the case may be, study hall, or we do strength training twice a week now during the season. Their hours are pretty jam-packed between school and basketball, and so you don't want to tire them out mentally. You want to keep your practices below 2 hours. An hour and a half to hour and 45 is preferential, and we'll really hit it in the spring as far as development, and then hit it again in the summer when they come back for summer school.
And Coach, if you could share a story you talk about Coach Melvin Hunt, my good buddy with Atlanta Hawks. If you could share our listeners a good story or two about Coach Hunt of our Atlanta Hawks here in town, doing great work for Coach Pearson and his organization right now, helping the Hawks grow as players, these young guys, and him helping those guys develop those guys. So I know you worked for you for brief before I told me off the air. So tell our listeners a little bit about Coach Hunt, so they can know a little bit more about him.
Well, Melvin's a very intelligent young man. They really wanted him to go to law school at Baylor, and I think he thought it real seriously about it. But he decided he wanted to coach, and it didn't take him long to move up the ranks. But he is the type of young man that, is there's nobody that doesn't like him. He's a very likable person. He's a great listener, and that's partly why everybody likes him. And I think he studies the game. He's one of those. Melvin was not a great player for us at Baylor. He was a solid role player, but he knew what we wanted. He may not be able to blow by his man and dunk on somebody, but he knew how to play the game, and because he knew how to play the game, he was successful at it versus being an overpowering athlete. And I just knew, because of that intelligence factor, that basketball IQ factor, that he would make a great coach if he stuck with it. And he's I think he can get young men to see it the right way through the power of persuasion better than most can. And I think that's a gift he has that is going to be very helpful to him throughout his career.
And Coach, us having 3 first-round draft picks next year, a young roster with Trey Young and John Collins and Torian Prince, who played at Baylor as well, Amari Spelman from Villanova, Kevin Herter from Temple. That young roster we have, we need a guy like Melvin who can relate to players and show them the right way on how to play the right way and get that concept down to a T to help the Hawks win games every night.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. And, I know he was very important to Coach Carl at the Denver Nuggets for a long time.
Yes,
and I know he's very important to the Dallas Mavericks coaching staff. So, I mean, he's been around the block a couple of times, and he's become a veteran of the NBA, and I think he's like I said, I just really hope that somebody will give him an opportunity to be a head coach in the NBA, because I think he'd do a great job.
Yes, indeed. I agree with the assistant coach as well. Coach Casper, you have a great time against the Louisiana teams coming to your place there. Hope you guys get those wins, and look forward to seeing you. I'm coming to New Orleans, I think. That's what on my schedule. I'm hoping that stays that way, so if I see you in person in New Orleans and check you guys out live and in color, man.
Yes, that would be great. I'd love to meet you in person.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Have a great day. Talk to you real soon, man. I enjoyed our conversation today. Really did enjoy it. Truly did, Coach.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome, folks. It's Danny Casper on the Bossman Show.
For all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, Bluberry, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consultant, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.
All right, what's back in the Gerald the Bossman show? We're joined by the coach of the Old Dominion Monarchs out of Conference USA, Coach Jeff Jones. Coach Jones, how are things up there in Virginia, man?
Well, they're going well. It's wet, number one, but at least there's no snow, so I guess that's a good thing. But we're getting ready for a big game on Saturday against Western Kentucky. With a lot of ramifications for conference standings.
Yeah, Coach, I want to ask you about that. How the Conference USA has now changed the conference format with the round robin. Now they pick you, play you in your different quadrants. So how's this going to work out? Can you explain to our listeners who may be fans what it's going to be like? Because I don't know, because I looked at the schedule, also it was to be announced. And now I see you got Western and a few others. So how's it going to go going forward, Coach?
Well, we'll see how it's going to go, but it's an interesting concept. It's something very creative that no other conference had ever done. So, at the beginning of the year, we knew that we would play 14 conference games. We'd play everybody once, and our conference travel partner twice to get to the number 14. Then the last 4 games, we played 18 conference games ultimately. The last 4 games would be determined after last Saturday. And they would look at the standings in the league, and the teams that were 1 through 5 would be put into a pod and basically play a 4-game round robin. Those that are 6 through 10 would be put in a pod and play a 4-game round robin, and then the 11 through 14 would do the same thing. We finished first in the first part of the regular season. So we had the top seed, which means that we play the 2nd and 3rd seeds at home and the 4th and 5th seeds on the road. And, to keep it as short as I can, I guess, the main reason for this is to try to protect the top seeds, but give them quality opponents and quality metrics. Last year it would have been the RPI. This year it's the net rankings. So that you're not playing against teams at the bottom of the conference that have, bad metrics, and theoretically, and it has happened to us in the past. It happened to Middle Tennessee last year, where they actually won games and your RPI dropped, and so just trying to enhance the resumes of the better teams in the league, so that if at all possible, in a given year, that you might be able to play yourself onto the bubble or get an at-large. I'm not sure that that's likely to happen this year. It's already generated a little bit of excitement within Conference USA. A lot of people outside of Conference USA have no idea really what's going on. But, it's a big game, with Western Kentucky coming in here Saturday. They're the number 2 seed. We've got a 2-game lead on the rest of the rest of the league, and we're just trying to do everything we can to stay in the top spot.
And Coach, when it comes to tournament time, is the seeding still the same as it is right now, or does it change again?
It will change again, but 1 through 5 cannot be any lower than 5. So it can be shuffled among the different pods. So we're not locked in at 1, but we can't drop any more than 5. 6 through 10 is might shuffle, but they're going to be seated in those spots if that makes any sense.
It does, Coach, and I can say overall you've had a great year, Coach. You were 21-6, 10-3 in non-conference play, and honestly, you could have been, if you look at it, 12-1 if you beat Oregon State and Northern Iowa in those close games. So I feel like the non-conference slate really helped you guys, prime you guys for the Conference USA run, and gets you tougher opponents. And now you get ready to play your Westerns again, those guys in that top 5 pod of you guys. I feel like you guys are prepared and ready for it.
Well, I think so. Early on, we're not what I would say a young team, but we're an inexperienced team. And like so many clubs starting the season, we were trying to find ourselves, and we were down in the Virgin Islands and blew a 9-point lead with a couple minutes to go against Oregon State, and just kind of gave that game away. Couldn't buy a basket the next game against Northern Iowa, but then I think we started taking some strides and improving. We beat VCU. We beat Syracuse at Syracuse. We've had some good conference wins. So, with this group, we just come out and we compete every night. We defensively we're pretty good. We're good on the boards. Offensively, we struggle sometimes, but we found a way to be good enough offensively, as you said, to win 21 games, to be 11-3 in conference. And it's just a matter now. Teams, you got to come out and be ready to go, and bring your A game each time you take the court.
And I feel like BJ and Ahmad really help you guys this time of year because they're seniors. They're your 2 leaders on the team, scoring and rebounding, doing big things for you, Coach. And I feel like they're effective on young, not young guys, but the kids who are sophomores and who are coming up the ranks here. You can help them through a tough game because they've been through all these wars, and a tough call here or a bad stretch here that won't deter them from making the right play to get you guys over that hump there.
Well, BJ and Ahmad, I mean, they're our best players. They're our leading scorers. They're our captains. They're our leaders. And our team, I think, takes direction from them. The one thing, if we have a strength this year, I think it would be the fact that even if things are going against us, we kind of keep plugging away, and that's why we've been able to come back from some pretty substantial deficits at times. Those guys have been great leaders, and as you say, the young guys take their cue, and they've been getting better, and they listen, and the really interesting thing, at least for me, and I've got my fingers crossed, we haven't come close to being as good as I think that we're capable of being. I think we've got a lot of room to improve. And hopefully we can do that. There's not that much time left in the season, but there's still time, to I think, continue growing up and becoming a better team. And I'd love to see that happen.
And, Coach, you kind of led me to my next point about player development, Coach, because I feel like at your level it's very important to develop guys over time, whether it be the spring, summer, and the fall, developing that talent, developing their mindset, developing their basketball IQs, developing them into accepting their roles. So with the younger guys, looking at BJ and Ahmad as examples, how have they grown development-wise on and off the court there?
Well, I mean, you can see them getting better, week to week and sometimes game to game. And everybody develops, everybody matures at a different rate. But, guys like Dejur Dickens transfer sophomore transfer from Providence, 7-footer that comes off the bench. We can really see him coming on. Kalua Zigba from Atlanta. He's shown he's very talented. He only turned 18 in October, so he's real young. Chronologically, he's young from a basketball standpoint, but he's just consistently getting better. Jason Wade, another freshman that plays a lot of minutes for us, has really grown. So, you try to push them as much as you can without overwhelming them. The what you talked about, the off season, that improvement, that's the most of the time that's the skill development, part of it. But the learning, the gaining experience, getting tougher, understanding what wins, that's the kind of development that goes on during the course of a season, and that's just so valuable. And you can't put a price on it, and you can't rush it. But when it happens, you can see it happening before your eyes.
And Coach, this time of year, you play a good number of guys. I think that helps this time of year, especially when you get into that tournament format. That third day or so where guy legs are kind of mushy. I feel like while you playing the guys, them guys you play, you guys can be fresh and overcome foul trouble, or God forbid an injury. You all can overcome that because you've played guys, getting experience, they're comfortable in the scheme, the system, and they feel confident that you believe them to go out there and plays on the court when you call their number.
Yeah, we're playing probably about 9 guys, right now. That's actually one less than we were playing earlier in this year. We already had an injury to Marquise Godwin, who is our best outside scoring threat. So we had to go through an adjustment period, and the thing Marquise was able to do was stretch defenses because they always had to account for him. But Justice Kitcart has come off the bench as our 7th or 8th man and given us a real spark, particularly at the offensive end in a number of games. I think when you look at these games and when we can get to an opposition's bench, that has been to our advantage. We might be in a real tight game, but our bench and that depth has, I think, paid dividends and helped us to wear some teams down, especially here in conference play.
And Coach, last one I got for you, Coach. I want to ask you how you doing health-wise, Coach. I know you didn't announce in September that you had prostate cancer. It came back, but I want to ask you how are you feeling? How you been doing with that so far? Everything going well with that, Coach?
Yeah, no, I appreciate you asking, and I'm doing great. I'm feeling good. Energy is high. Just continuing with the treatment and trying to be a good patient. But the good thing has been that without any major setbacks or anything, I'm able to kind of just focus on basketball and give it everything that I've got. I feel very blessed, and just knock on wood, everything will continue going in the right direction. It's something that I guess I've got to deal with, but it hasn't been a negative at all this season.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you, for me personally, prostate cancer is something that's near and dear to my heart because it took my father away from me and my uncle. So when I see that, it gets my radars up, and I'm a very much an advocate for prostate cancer awareness and getting yourself checked because I saw my father suffer with the disease, and I know what it can do in the wrong way. So I definitely want to tell you, Coach, I'm pulling for you. I saw that report last year. It struck me because I'm like, oh my gosh, I know my dad had the same thing. So I was wanted that I'm thinking about you, Coach, in that regard. Now I'm definitely with you in that fight as well. It's affecting me personally, but I'm still with you in that fight as well, Coach.
Well, I appreciate it. And when I found out about the reoccurrence, it was actually not, it's almost 2 years ago now. I knew that at some point I wanted to go public with it to kind of encourage men to get checked and to be aware of the dangers of prostate cancer because if you can catch it early, with a simple PSA test, the survival rates and everything else is so much higher. And I just want to make sure that, if I can try to help one person. And it's been amazing. I get emails and calls all the time of men, over the age of 50, and it especially hits the African American male population even harder. And I get these calls of men that have said, I heard about it and I went and I got tested, and that makes me feel like going public with it was definitely the right decision. And hopefully, prostate cancer, there's a lot of us out there, but as I said, if we can detect it early, we can control it and have a lot more successful outcomes.
Yes, indeed, Coach. That's something I told my daddy before he passed away. I'll definitely keep the fight going for you. Now, that's something I've committed to. Since he's passed, I've committed to doing that, keeping that legacy going on to help other men and help, he wasn't saved, but to help other men be saved as well. And those in my family, get them tested as well, Coach. I just wanted to share that with you, that I'm with you in that fight, Coach, for sure.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Coach, I'm telling you, I'm hoping you guys pull this thing out in West Kentucky. I'll say when they come see you at home there, and I'll be pulling for you guys. I'll be keeping close tabs on you guys' games going forward. And hope to talk to you when you make that ticket march into the big dance. Talk to you a little bit in a little month or so there, Coach. Hoping to talk to you again.
All right, that would be great. I appreciate you.
Coach, have a great weekend. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
No problem. It's Jeff Jones, people on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.